So hello, everybody. This is our Principal Anderson again at the great Michele Clark, where I'm the proud principal. And I'm joined with sophomores this time. We're going to have some great conversations with the sophomores. What I'm going to do first is let them all introduce themselves. And as they introduce themselves, they will tell you what elementary school they came from. So let's start with Miss Taylor.
Hi, my name is Alicia Taylor, and I came from Ella Flag Young.
And then we'll go to Miss Hawkins.
Hi, my name is Promise Hawkins, and I went to Edward K. Ellington.
Mr. Ford.
Hey, my name Timmy Ford, and I came from Charles Sumner Academy.
And then last but not least, Mr. Johnson. I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson.
My name is Jacoy Johnson. I went to high school at Excellence.
So we're so happy that you guys have now spent 2 years at Michele Clark. And so what I wanted to talk about with you real quick is let's talk a little bit about the transition from elementary school to high school. I know that we did 1 year, then the next year for your sophomore year, we kind of went right into remote learning. But let's just talk about how all of that went for you guys. Let's start with Promise, just kind of talking about that for us.
Well, for me, my experience, it was kind of weird because like new set of people, like and then you have to it's a new set of work and stuff like that, new set of expectations, and it was kind of weird, but it was nice.
Okay. And what I'm gonna have you guys do is, if you're not talking, just mute. That way you don't pop up on the screen. But since we have Mr. Ford up, Mr. Ford, you want to kind of talk a little bit about your transition and how you felt about it?
My transition, it kind of went like fast, like trying to adjust to everything, getting meet new people. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I see that we did have 2 other people that joined us, so I wanted to give them a chance to introduce themselves and say what school they're from. They can turn on their cameras. Let's start with Johnny Matthews.
What you want me to do?
I just want you to introduce yourself and then turn on your camera and say what elementary school you came from.
My name is Johnny. I came from the Priest Elementary School.
Okay. And thank you, Johnny Matthews. Is Jonathan Smith still on? Jonathan Smith?
Yeah.
So you want to just tell us your name and what elementary school you came from?
My name is Jonathan, and I came from Duke Ellington.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. One of the things that we're doing is we're just having a conversation with the principal just to talk a little bit about everything that's kind of been going on. So let's start with, let's continue the conversation, and we're going to go to Johnson. Corey Johnson, tell us a little bit about what are some positive things you've kind of seen through this remote learning, some positive things you've seen.
Some positive things I've seen was like the teachers, trying to make this better for us. Even like when we tired and stuff, they try to laugh in the moment. Like Miss Peterson, she might, make a little joke, anything like that, or Miss Goldteddy, she like, just try to just laugh in the moment. I can't grab it right,
Thank you. Miss Alicia Taylor, you want to add anything to that?
It's basically the same thing he said. Like, they try to make us laugh. Like Miss Stoker, she will tell us funny stories, and like we'll feel like we can do this. We'll get through it, and we'll just laugh our way through it, and just get it done.
Okay, excellent. So let's move over to this question. Like, what advice would you give an 8th grader who's thinking about high school now? And I'm going to turn that over to Mr. Ford, and then after Mr. Ford, Ms. Hawkins.
the advice I give for eighth grader coming into high school, just focus, like pick the right friend group, um, stay out the hallways, yeah, things of that nature. But we in remote learning, so that probably won't apply right now.
Okay. Miss Hawkins?
Um, it's kind of the same thing as anything. Like, you friends not everything. You gotta stay focused on your work because, like, this your future. Like this, you going into high school, and then the colleges are actually looking at you. So you have to actually stay focused and do, get be on your stuff.
Excellent. So this is the next question. This is going to be a tough question. So I'm going to give you guys all a second to think of the answer. I'm going to go around and ask you to tell me like one thing that you remember most about elementary school. It could be something that happened, or it could be something funny that you remember about your relationship with your old principal. So once again, something either funny that happened in elementary school that you're like, I'll never forget this happened, or something that you remember just in your connections with your elementary principal. So let's start with Jonathan. Did we lose Jonathan?
No, I'm right here. You
Okay.
said something funny that happened in elementary school.
Something funny. Turn on your camera for me for a second, but something funny or something that you remember about Miss Scott, since that was your principal.
Miss Scott, she was mean. But something funny. I don't know. I guess I forgot his name, but he was like our new assistant principal. He was real cool. He used to do dance off stuff like that. He was just real cool to be around.
Okay.
I always thought he was funny.
Okay, and let's move over to Matthews to talk about DePriest. Something that you remember about DePriest, or something that you made a connection with your principal or something like that.
Um, my principal, she was real cool to be around. She was fun. That's really it.
What did you say? Say it again.
I said my principal, she was really cool. She was really cool to be around,
Okay.
and she threw little parties and stuff like that.
Okay. Miss Taylor. And after Miss Taylor, Miss Hawkins.
Um, my principal, she used to when they made the morning announcements, they used to sing on the intercom, and it don't make me laugh in the morning.
Okay. Miss Hawkins.
Yeah. For me, Miss Scott wasn't mean. She was just like strict. Like she just wanted the best for us, and I appreciate that because like she was the right amount of strict, not like over strict, but like yeah, she was cool.
Okay. And last but not least, Mr. Johnson, who graduated from Howard with me. Well, before me. Well, I was before you.
The funniest thing I remember was when I just remember like all the parties she Miss Sherrod, and yeah, she gave us and stuff. 'Cause, those the good days.
Okay. So let's talk about Michele Clark. If somebody was trying to decide on a school and they just didn't know what school, and they met you, what would you tell them about Michele Clark, um, through your experiences that you've been here? And we'll go ahead and start with you, Mr. Johnson.
I'll tell them. Well, I'll be goofy with it, but I tell them like, come to Michele Clark because like there's opportunities over here for you. It's a lot of loving people that can help you with things that you have trouble with, either like in school or in life.
Okay. And then we're going to go to Miss Taylor. And then after Miss Taylor, Mr. Matthews.
Hmm. What would I say? You said like what advice we would give
Yeah,
to.
what would you say to an eighth grader who's looking? What would you tell them about Michele Clark?
I'll tell them that it's a fun school to go to, and you'll get to meet a lot of new people and make new friends. And like it may be scary at first, but like you'll warm up to it, and it's a lot of opportunity for you there. Not a lot of schools have that Michelle Clark has, and all that stuff.
Okay. And now we go on to Matthews.
I tell them come to Michelle Clark because it's a fun school and it got a lot of opportunities for you there. Like you can meet a lot of new people. I was scared when I first came, but after it was fun. It got fun.
Okay. And so I'm going to end you guys with this last question. And actually, I'll let any of you guys, well, we better do everybody. So I'll start with Jonathan, and then we'll go back to Matthews, then Johnson, then Ford. If your principal was on this call, your elementary principal, because I am your principal right now, but if your elementary principal was on this call right now and you had something to say to them, what would you say to them? So we're going to start with Jonathan, then we're going to come to Matthews.
I say I miss her. She was strict, like Pama said, but it was cool being around her. You know, she was like a mother or a grandmother, like somebody that cared about you. I miss her.
Okay. Mr. Matthews?
I tell my principal thank you because she pushed me to a higher level.
Excellent. So we're going to go to you, Mr. Johnson, and then Ford.
I'll say like since I only been knowing him for my 8th grade year, I say even if like if I've been knowing you for 1 year, you're still a teacher that's still with me. No, not a teacher, a principal that's with me all the time.
Okay. And then Mr. Ford.
In my heart.
Basically what they were saying, I'll just say thank you, and I miss you, and that she had a good program going on with the students and the teachers.
Okay. And then we're going to do Hawkins and then Taylor.
I definitely say I missed her because she just always been like Jonathan said, like someone that like actually cares about you and stuff. And that like for real, thank you, because how strict she was on us, like, she made sure we was, got it together and stuff like that when we was like all over the place.
Okay. And then Taylor.
I'll say thank you, because for trying to make our last year in elementary school. I can't talk. In elementary school, the best year of our lives, because it's the last time like we'll be kids.
I appreciate that. I'm going to throw this last question. I promise we're going to go. And I'm going to ask this question to Mr. Johnson and Ms. Hawkins. The question is this. We always say at Michele Clark, it's a great day to be an Eagle. What does that really, really mean? So let's start with you, Ms. Hawkins.
For me, that mean like it's always good to to be great. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's always like eagles, they soar like high. So it's always good to be like that, great.
Okay. And then Mr. Johnson, wrap us up.
And even when she said like to, soar like an eagle and come to school and, learn like you're supposed to and be happy.
Okay, so let me just say this. Thank you, sophomores, soon to be juniors. I appreciate you guys taking time and having this panel discussion with the principal. It makes all the difference in the world, and I appreciate all you guys. So thank you very much for everything. Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.